Josh, it looked like they were making an effort to get the ball into the post early on. Was that part of the game plan?
Yeah, so as opposed to last game, we knew that these guys were going to be like, I think the tallest dude was like 6'9", and we knew that we could score a lot in the paint. And we made it an emphasis to try and get the ball in the paint after last game where we didn't have many paint touches at all. So yeah, we've been talking about that whole week, looking at film. And yeah, that's been one of the main things of the game too.
I think 9 to 10 passes or something like that on the opening possession. The ball was moving a lot more. How much of a difference did that have in terms of like the type of shots you guys were able to create?
I'll get it. Well, that's normally how we play in practice, so it's not surprising for us. It was a little bit frustrating to see how we played last game, but now that it seems we got those first game jitters out the way, now we're kind of getting back into our own style of play. So that's how we always do. We pass, dribble, drive to create shots for other players. So that's how we normally play, and luckily we played like that today and it turned out a much better result.
How'd you guys just kind of avoid the sort of letdowns that could have come after Monday's performance, not letting it carry over to tonight?
Being confident, coming together as a team, having those conversations, whether they had to do with us just coming together on the court, off the court, but just facing the little issues we had, attention to detail, defensively and offensively, and everybody just playing hard and boxing out, knowing that they're going to be smaller. We had to help Josh down there, unlike last game.
Y'all had 5 different players in double-digit scoring. How much easier and what was different about moving the ball around today?
I mean, it's kind of. That's actually a good question. I'm not too sure how to answer that. But I feel like we have a lot of offensive talent. We only have like 3 bigs. We have like a lot of guards, and all of our guards and all of our bigs can score. But it was pretty obvious how all of our guards were playing. We had Drew. Drew at 21, Boogie at 15. Obviously, that's kind of like expected. But also like seeing Reese. Reese is a great shooter. Like when we get him the ball, we expect him to shoot it, and that's what he's doing today. Now, he's scoring a lot. So, and Malik, we had Malik. I got to give props to Malik. He was playing super hard. We still love to see his energy on offense and defense, and it showed in his box score.
Josh, you had 10 blocks over the first 2 games of the season. Like, do you feel like now third year here? Do you feel like you're kind of seeing the game a different way? Just your effectiveness down there on defense?
I feel like I'm a little bit more, well, not a little bit. I feel like I'm a lot more comfortable and confident than I am this year. Playing behind Evan and Isaiah first, and then Chavez, and now both of them are gone. Now it's like kind of up to me and like a lot more responsibility. But I feel like I've embraced that role, and now I'm just a lot more comfortable. And yeah, especially on defense, kind of going back to what I was back in the Long Beach days. So now I feel pretty good about myself, especially defensively.
Are the turnovers a little more of a mental thing letting up? Because y'all had a lot more in the second half, holding it to just 6. You had 5 in like the first 8 minutes, and then only had 1 for the rest of the half. So did the mental fatigue kind of catch up, or what was it? What was it there?
After last game, how many turnovers? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me look.
17.
17? Last game we had what, 15?
Jesus.
I think it's just more focus, like you said, making the right play but not trying to force anything. I think as a team we got to get better, including myself. Last game I had 3 turnovers. So I think just as a team we need to get better mentally and focus, not try to force anything.
Do you think that just the number of different ball handlers as opposed to like one guy running the offense can kind of lead to some of those mistakes?
Can you repeat that? My bad.
No, you're good. Like, do you think just like, alternating who's initiating the offense so many different times down the court, can that like lead to just some inconsistency with some of the playmaking?
Well, I think all the guards on our team are gifted in terms of what we can do offensively. Of course, we're all going to have mental lapses, but I think we just got to cut down on the brain farts and whatever the case is.
Reese, what did you do personally after the last game to kind of get your head back and be able to move forward?
Try not to dwell on it too much. I knew what I did wrong in terms of just not shooting the ball when I was open, forcing plays, turning the ball over, lack of defense. I had to look at myself in the mirror, watch the film over. I watched the game 3 times, so picking my spots and just, keeping confidence in myself, knowing I'm a great shooter. But really just not try to overthink it. It's a game. It's a game I love to play, so, just going confident.
How were y'all?
Questions?
Yeah, how were y'all experimenting on defense with the zones? Kind of just trying different stuff out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just how are y'all experimenting with different looks on defense, given the other team's zones and such? I think at one point y'all had like a 4 out and 1 in, something like that.
Was I?
Maybe I'd seen it wrong, but
Oh, I mean, we only have, from what I know, we only have like 2. Like we have like man and zone, but I mean, Enfield doesn't play that much zone. At least since I've been here, he hasn't played that much zone. But I mean, when he does, he was saying how we were doing very well in the last game when we went into zone a little bit. Even like to the point where he said we might have gone into a little bit more. So personally, I think our defense is great either way, whether we're man or zone. Yeah, I'm not exactly too.
Oh no, I don't know.
maybe I was seeing it wrong, but yeah.
That's all good.
What do you do going into the next game against Vermont?
Oh, okay, so and we know Vermont is a good team. Like they won their conference like the past, I don't know how many years. So as opposed to, I mean, we always take our game seriously, no matter who it is. We always come to the mentality that they can't beat us, obviously showing that in the first game. So now that we have Vermont, which is a better team, we have to really lock in, really have to prepare. And we're gonna take the rest of the weekend and Monday, the game's on Tuesday, correct, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna, our scouts are very, very good, very specific. So we're really gonna take all that time. We're gonna make sure that we're locked in for the game.